everyone. I'm so glad you joined me again today to learn more about what the Bible has to say about when Jesus grew up. We've already heard stories about when Jesus was a baby and when he was a little boy. And today we're going to hear a story about when Jesus was a big boy. But before we get to the story, I want to show you a picture. What do you see? Children. Are they all the same ages? No, they're not. Can you point to the little girl? There she is. What about the big boy? There he is. What about the big girl? There she is. Now, does this big girl look to be the same age as this big boy, or does she look to be a little bit older? A little bit older. I think she does too. Because what happens? We start off as babies, and then we're little boys and girls, and then we get to be a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The same thing happened to Jesus. And in our Bible story today, we learn something that happened when Jesus was 12 years old. When he was 12, Mary and Joseph decided it was time to take him to the temple in Jerusalem. Now, what does that mean? Well, Jesus was living in the town of Nazareth, and they wanted to go to the temple in Jerusalem. Temple. The temple is like a church, but unlike the churches that we're used to that are really close by, they had to travel by foot from one town to another to get to go worship. And Jesus and Mary and Joseph went. But they didn't go on this this journey alone. They went with other family and friends, and they traveled all the way to Jerusalem. And when they got there were people everywhere. It was so crowded. And they spent time there, and they went to the temple, and after a while, it was time to go home. Mary and Joseph had been letting Jesus, hang out with his friends because he was 12 years old. That's what 12-year-olds do, even Jesus. So they started traveling home thinking that Jesus and his friends were right behind. Well, when they stopped for the night to rest, Mary and Joseph looked for Jesus, and they couldn't find him. They couldn't find him. So they went all the way back to Jerusalem, and for 3 days, they looked and looked and looked for Jesus. And when they finally found him, guess where he was? He was at the temple. He was at the temple talking to the teachers about God. He was asking questions and listening. And when Mary and Joseph finally found him in the temple, they were so relieved. They were so happy to see him. And Jesus told them he had to be there. He had to be in his Father's house because the church is God's house. And Jesus knew that he was the Son of God. But he also knew that he was 12 years old and he still had some growing up to do. And he needed to listen to his parents, Mary and Joseph, and go back home with them to Nazareth. And that's what happened. Now, should we tell Rudy about this? Let's tell Rudy. Rudy, come on. What? He's in there saying, sing, sing. So let's sing. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Oh, hello, my friends. How are you? Hi, Miss Margaret. Hi, Rudy. Did she tell you a story? About what? Jesus? What? What? Jesus was missing? Well, yes. You see, Rudy, Mary and Joseph took Jesus on a trip to the town of Jerusalem to go to the temple there. What's a temple? Temple's like a church. And that's where people would go and worship God. So where was Jesus? Well, Jesus was with them on the trip there. But when Mary and Joseph left, Jesus stayed behind. Can y'all tell Rudy, where did Mary and Joseph find Jesus? That's right, at the temple. Do you know why Jesus wanted to go back to the temple, Rudy? No. Do y'all know? What? What? Oh, wait a minute. Jesus was the Son of God, and he was going to his Father's house? Whoa! That's so cool. So Jesus went, and he was talking to the teachers there, asking questions about God, and they were talking about God when Mary and Joseph found him. But remember, Jesus was only 12 years old, so Jesus went with Mary and Joseph back to Nazareth, and he still had some growing up to do. But he was there in the temple talking about God. Whoa! I can't wait to learn more about this story, Miss Margaret. Oh, we're going to talk some more next week, and I hope all of you can join me and Rudy. We love you guys. Have a good week. Bye! Have a good week. See you